Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and I am back with another Bible journaling entry using the January Faith Art Box from Creative Retreat Kits. I have also pulled out some other items that I'm going to use for my entry today, like some enamel dots that I think I'm going to try to use up. These are ones from Creative Retreat. I pulled out a alpha stamp set from Creative Retreat, and we're going to try to put this together. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I'm choosing to work in Galatians chapter 3, verse 26. And it says, "But since that faith has come, we are no longer under a guardian, for through faith you are all sons of God in Christ Jesus." And so I'm going to be documented about how I am his beloved using this stamp set. And I just want a simple statement journaling piece, not going to go too in depth, and just a reminder that I am loved by God, I'm a child of God, and just get that documented in my journaling Bible today. So let me go ahead and put you on fast forward and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so I knew I wanted a big, bold title on this page, and that is about as far as I had thought this out. I'm going to be honest, and I talked about this over on the blog on Creative Retreat today, that sometimes it can be a little bit hard to be on a design team, and this is one of those moments to just constantly have to be putting out creative content on demand all the time can be difficult sometimes, and this is one of those pages. I just didn't have any ideas. I wasn't quite sure where to go with it, but in the end I was really thankful to have the team to motivate me to use products in a creative way and to get into my Bible regularly. If I wasn't on design teams, on days where I'm not really feeling all that great, I probably wouldn't spend time in my Bible, but since I have assignments due, it helps me to get in there and spend some time with God, and in the end, I really do cherish those moments and learn a lot in those moments, and this is one of those pages. So I was just kind of trudging along, wasn't sure what I was going to do. Sometimes I have these elaborate pages pre-planned out before I even sit down to film, and this was not one of those times. And so I pulled out some of the new pigment inks from Creative Retreat. These should be back in stock by now. If not, they will be back in stock very soon. And I'm using those to stamp out I am his beloved. I did use that Zion Alpha stamp. And then I was kind of like, well, how am I going to fill in all of this blank space? And one thing I do with my design teams or creative teams is I really feel like I have to be constantly bringing some elaborate, crazy way to use products or some exciting new technique or something like that. And I try not to just phone it in and do a simple, easy entry, which I'm sure you guys would love the easy entries just as much as the complicated entries, but I constantly feel like I need to bring something creative to you. And so this entry actually ended up ending up with something like that, which really kind of worked out. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out how to use as many of the products as I can from the box this month. I have this washi tape, which I believe is from Creative Retreat. I'll link it down below if I can find it. And just trying to fill in the space underneath this title. And so there is this little greenery piece, and I've seen the ladies on the team use it in some really awesome creative ways, and so I was trying to think of how I can incorporate it into this page. So I'm going to use some washi tape and the stamp just to kind of underline that bold title. So I'm using the washi tape as a mask first, and I don't know that this is 100% necessary, but I wanted it to look like the stamping is peeking out from underneath the washi tape. So I've stuck the washi tape to the back of my hand multiple times to remove some of the stickiness, and then I'm masking off an area below that title, and then I can go in and stamp this greenery piece. And at this point, it's not quite easy to see what I'm doing or understand the concept, but once I pull this off and stick down a piece of washi tape that's going to stay on there, you'll kind of see how this comes together. So I decided that the full width of that washi tape is just a little bit wide and chunky for the scale of this title. So I am going to go ahead and tear it in half and then apply that underneath. And so the torn edge will kind of cover the edge of that stamping, and it'll look like that greenery is kind of poking out from underneath that stamping. And again, no purpose for it. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out how to use products and fill up the space. I love the giant margins in the illustrating Bible, but sometimes they can be a little intimidating, especially when you don't have a plan or large products to use. You just kind of have to be a little more creative with how you fill the space. And this is one of those creative moments. So I have all of these wonky hearts. I don't know about you, but I always end up with tons of leftover wonky heart stickers at the end of my kits because there are so many of them, which is awesome. You have plenty to use, but I don't use them on every single entry. So I have a lot of them left over. And so I was kind of looking at them and trying to figure out what were some creative ways to use them that weren't just hearts. I thought, okay, maybe we can make them into flowers. So I'm pulling several of them out and making little florals and then using those enamel stickers as the centers to the flowers. And that really worked out great, filled up a lot of space and used up a bunch of those heart stickers. You can see this pale mint color. I actually pulled out the heart stickers from last month's kit just because I didn't have enough of that color in this month's kit left over. But I plan on going through and using up past kits' wonky hearts in the same way for future entries. That way I can get the most use out of the products that I have in my stash. I also had to pull in some black enamel circles because I didn't really have a whole lot of the right color left over from the Creative Retreat ones. Those I believe are still available in the shop, so I'll link all those down below for you guys as well. And then now I'm going to go in and do my journaling. And really what I wanted to do was just journal out this statement, using these word fetty stickers, and just a reminder of the fact that I am a child of God and what that means, and the qualities and characteristics that we receive because of that. And then just a little prayer, I pray that I will use those qualities to show others the love of Christ. And so it was kind of fun to mix and match these word fetty stickers with my own handwriting. It kind of breaks up the journaling, adds some interest to it, and really highlights those bold words that are in that journaling. So I'm just using a ruler to sketch out my lines, and then I'm just doing a couple lines at a time and filling it in with the stickers in my handwriting. That way I make sure I don't get too many lines drawn out for what I want to write in there. And then now I'm just going to use up as much of this as I can. So we're going to use this tab up here at the top and that other half of the washi tape. Now this tab sticker is not like one that you can fold over, and so there is some stickiness kind of exposed on the back side here. And so I'm taking an EK6S powder tool. You could use baby powder or cornstarch, and brushing that over the sticky area that's exposed, and that removes the stickiness and just makes it a regular tab, so you don't have to worry about it picking up lint and dust and crud at the top of the Bible page there. And then just added the bow clip from the kit this month. And then now I'm just going to go in and sprinkle the margin with all of these little floral and heart pieces. Add another little wonky heart flower at the bottom here. And trying to figure out which enamels will work to fill in the center of that. And then to tie it all together, I'm going to pull in some black watercolor and add some little splatters of that. And that always just kind of ties things together, fills in any empty, places that are kind of an awkward, empty area. And I will highlight the verse. Again, that's Galatians 3:26. Add a date stamp, and then that is it for the entry today. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used today. You can head on over to the Creative Retreat blog for just more close-up photos of this project and my thoughts about journaling through a creative slump. That'll be all over on the Creative Retreat blog. Check out the shop to pick up this month's box and those inks and all those other goodies, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.